All right, looks like we're playing on the outdoor area map. It's got a nice partnership right there as a bonus, and anything you put next to the gate in the middle, any regular enclosure acts as if it's two larger. So we have species diversity, the herbivores and birds, as well as Europe as projects. This one jumps out at me being the best of these three. I don't particularly care for this one at all. I'm not saying it can't be useful. You know, if you get a bad card in your hand and you want to, dig to try to see if you can make it better, that's always, it's better than just taking a regular cards action. But um, being able to donate for cheaper if you've got X tokens is certainly preferable to that. I very much like this one. I like it even better than my X token one. However, this is a great build one, and I already got one of the association cards, so I'm going to take this one. All right, I'm going to take the good two that I've decided upon earlier and go. All right, so my two hole cards are the picnic areas. I've got the building that's going to make the ticket booths. So this one shouldn't be bad. In general, it's not too bad anyway. This one's generally very difficult, so I'll probably be dumping that one. Now, we got a bird. That's really the only one that is specifically on to grabbing these. This is, but it's not an early round one, so it's not going to help me race to blue. It will, however, probably be worth close to the max points, as people should be grabbing blue throughout the game. I think it's species diversity, so this is kind of a cheapo one. I mean, I guess 12 for 5 is a good ratio. I like that. And again, it fills a new tag. And then the rest of these, I don't want to do a release in general, unless I've got some way to get extra money or income, which I don't. And I don't have a Africa tag one anyway. I mean, I could certainly hope to get one, but it seems like kind of a wasted card in my hand. That being said, I'm sure there'll be a great one coming out that I'll easily be able to get. Now my cards are at 4, but 2 people are ahead of me, and I go last anyway. So 3 people are ahead of me with that, and I think he's got the early snap. He's got the early snap anyway. All 3 of them are ahead of me if in case anything good comes up. So as kind of a best of the rest, I guess, it's going to be this one. Takes maybe a little bit to get out, but I've already grabbed a couple small animals, and maybe I'll get some money out of it or extra cards. My only other thought was to take this, but this is more of an end game creature. I mean, it's one of the herbivores, but you gotta have a bear already, which isn't necessarily easy. So I passed on that. So this is what I'm going to keep. I'm going to do a build. People have already taken the orange and the blue up there. I can build one of these guys. I think I'm going to try to get close to this. I don't have any big things I need to build right now, at least. If it matters, but I'm going to do this. And then build the bonus one right here. Gets me closer to this. May not use it right now, but gets me closer to it. Alright, so I already have a bird and an enclosure to put him in. Bird's one of the projects, so I'm just going to take the building that gets me a bird. That way I'm guaranteed to have something I can do unless somebody gets 2 birds real quick. go. See what we get. Okay, not terrible. All right, I need to put out my animal. I have to do it right now, but let's see kind of what the card I'm going to get is. If it's a sponsor, I may be able to play it. Let's see. Not a sponsor. All right, well. All right. All right, I've got 5 cards. I'm going to have to dump 2 at the break, so I don't need cards. So I'm just going to use that to get an X token for now and see if I'm in range. I'm in range for the break now, but I would have to dump an X to get an X. We'll see what people do. I certainly want to have X tokens for when I do start donating. I can't do that right away, but as long as it's 1 away, that should be all right. Or I might do a build. Do a build 6. I don't know if there's a spot. Oh, I can put it right here. Okay, we'll see. Just came on the board that, or at least since my turn, that I'm pretty interested in. I think this is primary. I've already got a bird. I can certainly grab the Americas, or I plan on playing this bird, so maybe I grab the Australia first, play it, so that way I'll qualify for this. The other one is, of course, this. I have the build that allows me to put extra ones of these out. You can get a lot of points putting this out. You know, I've gotten a little bit north of 10 before. It also gives me X tokens, so I might want to put it out a little bit earlier than I normally would because the X tokens help me with this. Either way, I got to keep an eye on those. Now, I don't have anything really left to do. We're 4 away from the break. I can get $5, so I get an extra X token. I got to dump 2 cards anyway, so I think I'm going to do that. There's no way to play these cards, or at least for me at this point. Now, I know I'm going to get rid of this card. Hold on, let's get to the break here. All right, so I've got to discard this card. I planned on keeping this card. This is a nice one, and we're doing birds, right? This is a nice card for this board, but this could be difficult. Yeah, again, I don't have any of these. No one's really going after this. There's one here, so I mean, eventually it might be worth quite a bit, but I can at least play these 2 guys here.
Hey, Chad.
And also, this will just take 1 enclosure to do, so I'm going to hang on to those, and I'm just going to get rid of this. Again, I like it. We'll eventually be good on this, but I need these cards right now, and this is a future play that I don't know that I have the luxury to hang on to. I need a place to put my newest bird. So I need a 3 enclosure. He can fit right there. And I'm going to put this extra one. I still have 17, so if I spend 3, I'll have enough to put this out. Inching ever closer to this thing here. All right, I'm going to do my project. Get the meeple. And I'm going to be upgrading my association so I can start donating on the cheap. Already got 2 X tokens, so if I'm the first one... Oh, we've already got a donation. Never mind. Sneaky Blue is already in there. Alright. But I can do it for cheaper, so we'll see how I do. All right, I'm going to play my animal. See what I get. Oh, the Australia release. I didn't really need that anyway. This guy. There's one out there right now. Oh well, okay. And got to pass that. All right, let's do a build. Okay, so I need to put one of these out. Put it here, I guess. I don't have anything to switch over. This can go here. Eventually I'll need a 1, so that's fine. That's fine. And I'll use the 1 and go right there. And I'm going to grab this so I have something to put out. I know I need 2 Africas for this, but for right now, I think this is better. Now I can play this at $9 and I have 11, so I can do something. And now my income is 21. By a Venom, I can just play this guy and go out of money. That'll get me an income of 2 more. I also, I'm leaning towards just raising this up by 1 and causing the break, and that way I can play both of these on the next play if I want to. I might just grab cards so that I have something to dig, but, you know, I think that's where I'm leaning. So I'm going to try that. I don't have anything to drop, so I'm good. Alright, so blue player's made a beeline up to the top. What is he doing? Alright, so we got this. Probably for 3. He's done a couple donations. He's done this. Not sure how he got to 10. I'll look at it later. But anyway, we got to dump one. I'm going to dump this. This is, generally speaking, a lot easier to get, so I'll dump that. Here's the other ones. All right, so he got 2 from putting out this crazy tiger, which is just what he just did. Gotcha. All right, I'm going to play my association to grab a partnership that'll upgrade my animals. And I'm going to take the Asia to make this one a little better. Again, I know I can go after Europe, but I'll require 4 for that, so it seems less likely to happen. Certainly not soon. So I'm going to get my immediate help first. And I will donate for only 4. Alright, so I'm going to play my animals. Play this guy first. He's going to allow me to dig. I think I'm just going to dig this bush baby. I don't have any yellow. Yellow's not a prerequisite. There may not be a whole bunch out there. I want to try to get towards different animal types as soon as possible. So I'm going to do that. Let's see what I get. Alright, that's something that I can use. I can't use it right now, but that's a different animal type. Alright, so this is the only other thing I can play. I get to dig again. I don't need to dig that one. Um, if there's anything I want to prevent people from getting, so. Oh, you know what? I probably should get rid of the archaeologist. There's one. Well, one player can still use it effectively, so I'm going to get rid of the archaeologist. All right. And then I can move something down. No, I don't want to move the build down. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave everything there. I'm going to grab some cards and play this guy and then sell 2 cards. I'm I'm not going to necessarily get this. And where I'm actually going to play it, I'll probably play it right here. I'll get 2 other cards. But I may want those cards, so we'll see. I think I'm just going to leave it alone and not worry about or maybe I clever the build. Hmm. I kind of want to build. I need to at least get things ready for this guy. Well, I mean, one of the things I could grab could be this guy here that I could play and then maybe sack some more cards. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll leave everything alone right now. So I'm gonna pass on this. All right, I'm gonna grab some cards so that when I play this guy, I can get money. Now, I may end up keeping them, but we'll see. Oh. All right, I don't have an herbivore one. I'm certainly not going to play this, so I'm just going to get rid of this and not worry about it now. All right, let's do a build so we can put some things places. All right, I'll drop a guy there. I'll place a 2 by this rock so it acts as a 4 for this guy. I mean, I guess, or for this guy, but I'd rather have like this guy out first. What is this? This doesn't really matter. I've got plenty of tickets. I do need kiosks. I think I'm going to put the kiosk over here. I know it's not great, but it gives me something, and I do need to get 5 out if I want to get full points on this. All right, I'm just going to play my sponsor. And he's going to go here to grab a couple cards. Oh, there we go. I'm going to draw a card at random for the first one. Reptile release, which I don't have a reptile. I'm going to take this guy. And now I'm going to sell 2 cards. I'm going to sell these 2. Again, I don't have anything for this. This guy's 7-1 versus straight up 6 and sunbathing. green versus yellow. Hold on, what am I? No, okay. Anyway, this will work for this guy as well as this guy. So I think I'm going to just take, I mean, with this, he could be basically free. I'm going to dump this. All right, now I have enough to play this guy and maybe put this in there. I don't know. All right, I think I'm going to play this guy from the board. I have only 4 left, so I'm unable to play another one. But I think there's a pretty solid chance that we will have a break, and then I can play another animal, and then I can grab this at 5. We'll see, though. All right, so I am going to grab this, which will give me a fifth diversity tag once I play it. So I am going to snap. And the next turn I can use the next token and play it, and then I'll be ready to do this at 5. And if we don't have a break, I certainly will get it, but we're pretty close. Oh. Well, it looks like I'm breaking, but I am going to be able to get an X token for that, so that'll be fine. So I've got 4 tags. The red player has 5 tags, but he's not in range. So he does not have it. He's not in range for it. So I should be able to get this, but I need to get my 5th. So I've got the herbivore here. I could do the animals, but I can really, I mean, I guess that can go there. Yeah, I don't even have a place for 2. So I am going to use an X token and put out my 5th. Get a little bit of money too. And also get a little rebate on this. All right, I finally get to do the project. Let's do the first slot. I am going to take income, I think. All right, so I am going to put down a 3 enclosure. Let's see, there or up there. I'm going to do it here, I guess. I guess wing it there or there. That leaves more room there, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to take this thing, eyeballing the 4 or maybe 5 herbivores. All right, and I will certainly make the donation. It's 33, I've got plenty. Even if I get this guy here, that's going to be enough. Well, so I made a mistake on the previous turn. I had written a note to myself to snap the moose that was out there, but instead it looks like I took money. And now it's gone. The green player took it. So I've got a deal from here on out. This is reasonably priced, so if it gets in my range, I can probably play that. It's got to be by a mountain, though, so that's not going to work. Boost Association is good. I'll probably end up having to just go grab cards and see what I get, though. But let's do a build. Build a spot for this guy, which I didn't because I built a spot for the moose instead with the 3 that I grabbed from there. Let's put a 1 here. I need at least a couple more of these, so let's put this. I want to clever anything. I don't think so. So let's just put this up here for now. And then we'll put our bonus 1 right here. Let's see, 20. 21 is what I need for these 2, so I can do that. All right, well, I'm going to try my best after the the problem with not snapping like I was supposed to snap, but do my best. I don't know if this matters. I'll just choose the cards. I don't think I'm going to get there, but that's okay. Let's drop this guy. I guess he can just go here. We'll pouch a card. That'll give me a couple dollars back. For this next one, I won't be able to sunbathe because I want to keep this thing. As I had meant to be able to do herbivores at 4, but I didn't pay attention on my last turn, so, or the one before that, whatever it was. I don't want to sell anything, so let's just get the 6 points. Do the best we can. I don't think we're going to catch blue, but we can give it a go. We'll pass on that. All right, so I think I'm going to grab cards at this point. I can grab the Australia tag that I need for this, but I can also wait until I get this up to 5 and then do 2 things, get 2 rep in this. So I don't have a huge need for speed. I mean, other than the fact that it could end in a couple turns. But I'm going to try to grab some cards. I think this is one I want to grab. It's going to be worth, right now, it'd be worth 4 points. Plus, if I get a 5th kiosk out, which I want to do, it'll be worth an additional 3 points. So, 7 points as it stands right now is good. Other than that, these other 2 don't really thrill me, so I'm going to take some from the deck, see what I get. All right. Nothing I can play, so that's a good discard. Unless, of course, I get another couple monkeys. Oh, gosh. That I can play. I don't have the money for it, but I have a spot for it at least, so not bad. All right. This would be worth 2 points. So yeah, I'm gonna take this one. This doesn't make any sense, so I gotta get rid of him. Will we have a break? It seems likely. Blue can't get another one of these, and he has only $1. Although he can. Well, yeah, we're at 11, so That seems fine. And that's green. That's something that would qualify well for this, but that's probably likely gone. So I want to make sure I get this guy here. So I'm going to do animals. All right, now the elephant. Let's see what I got. Architectural zoo. All right, this one's going to get me 2. Yikes. This might not get me any. So, yeah, I think I've got to keep this one. Wow. No, hold on. I'll be able to. I'll get 2 from this one, provided I'm able to play my sponsors, because I can play this right here, touching on the last water, touching on the last rock. There's no way I'm filling up this board though. So I'm not. Is this? No, let's keep this one. I'm not going to get 2 more anyway, but in the event that maybe the blue player has an eagle, he could play an eagle here and go again and do some nonsense. It might end and I might not be able to play my sponsors. So I will keep this one. I do want to put this at the top. I could do that next in case that's it, because that'll be, well, will it be more points? Yeah, because I'll get 2 third here versus, all right, so we're looking at 9. 2 rep gets me nothing. This will get me 6, 7, 8. So they're both, oh, this one scores more. Well, I've got X tokens, so if it ends that way, I can do the sponsors instead, I guess. All right, so we do our association. Do herbivores. I want to do the second slot because I've got the bonus cubes, or sorry, bonus chip. I'll take points. $84. I will do the donate. I need 4 for this is all, so I can afford the donate. Is there anything else? I don't have any. I've got 1 spot. I can't play him. He would be 4 for 11. I could afford him. I don't have a spot by rock, so this is the only thing, and it's only 1 extra point. I'm going to get this sure thing. There we go. And we're keeping close to blue. We'll see how it goes. All right, so blue player had a huge turn, got to 112. Not going to be able to catch that, but do my best here. we go. Place it on there. Play this guy. It allows us to do one of these. Where, doesn't matter. As long as I can place it. This is where it would have been better had I been able to do the sponsors first. I could have, if it was still around, I can play this guy from the board and get another kiosk to play, making the fourth for this, or I guess fifth for this, as well as for the points for this, but I couldn't guarantee he'd be there, and I pretty much needed to play him. So there we go, up to 95. Not going to be enough, but a good game. All right, so the blue player had a sizable lead at the end. He ended it in 28 turns. In any game that goes that fast, you basically have to be perfect in order to have a chance. I was not perfect. I mistakenly lost a turn, basically having to build because I didn't take the elk or moose or whatever it was. And at the end, I was a little conservative. Basically, I needed to play this guy from the card row, and I was worried that one of the other players might play it. Specifically, I think the green player was set up to go animals, so I did my this out of order. If I do this afterwards, or I'm sorry, before, then I lose out on the ticket for having an additional orange. But when I play this orange, I get an additional kiosk, which gets me the green or 3 points for having 5 of them. Also, my end card was the kiosk and pavilion pairs. That would have given me an additional green on that. So I lost out on 5 points. And then whatever I lost out on for losing the turn earlier on when I had to build this guy because it wasn't because I didn't have one by rock. Basically, I was supposed to pull something to drop here, didn't do it, but what are you going to do? Overall, very good. It was pretty tight for the most part. I think blue had an edge throughout most of the end game, at least. I think it was closer earlier on, but he did a very good job with this. We'll give it a go again.